Hi, this is Claire from Beardy Papery, and today I'm making a video on how I photograph my cards and projects. So as you can see, we're in a pretty small room. The walls are white, the floor is white, everything's white in here, and that's, well, obviously except the door. And that is to my advantage here because that means that the light, instead of like, let's say if this was a darker colored wall, instead of the light being absorbed by the wall, it just bounces right back off this white wall. So that helps me get a bunch of light. So it kind of acts as like a really large light box. So you can see I just have a foldable chair here with a bed sheet draped over it, and it's just a bed sheet. It's not any special photography lighting sheet. So what I will usually do, so let me grab this, is I always have a doily underneath my project, and that's just because I don't want the project to seem like it's floating, so this kind of gives it a little bit of a ground. Sometimes, usually when I'm making vintage, or photographing vintage things, I'll use this little statue that I found a little while ago, and like also if I'm doing small objects like little tags. They're not going to stand up by themselves, so I'll just put them over here. Okay, so let me get a project out for you. Let's use, I don't know if this is going to come off right here. Okay, here we go. It's a project. And what I'm going to do is when I photograph, I back up from the project. And the reason why I don't come up right to the project is because the closer I come to the project, you can't really tell with this project. Let me get a card instead. There we go. So if I come up right to the card, you can see that everything looks kind of wonky, but if I back up and then zoom, things look a lot better. So I back away, and I always use the macro option, which on cameras is the little flower, and that catches up details, and you're supposed to use it when you're actually close up to something, but on my camera it works on faraway objects too. Well, not too far away, but relatively. Another thing I do is my camera has several options, and I don't use auto because I'm more limited in what I can do when I'm using auto, so I usually go to the letter P. I think it's for program, but I'm not sure. But I just know that this option lets me customize settings, and honestly I don't really know that much about the camera. I don't know what like ISO means and stuff like that. I don't even bother trying to figure it out because I just want some pictures that are simple to, take care of. So all I do is, aside from using the macro option and backing off, is I add exposure. So it's like, on my camera, it's this little box. It has like a plus and minus sign in it, and I can go up to +2 and then -2. So if I go up to +2, what that does is it adds like a lot of white lighting. I usually go up to about 1 because they're in increments of like 0.25. So I usually go up to 1 because if I go up all the way to 2, then it kind of wipes out the color in the card. So I usually go up to 1. Let's say you had too much white light. I don't think that's usually a problem for anyone when they're photographing cards. Then you could go to -1 or something. So that's actually pretty much it. I mean, I don't use flash because with all its white lighting, I don't need to. Plus it kind of washes things out. So just go over that again real quickly. I use the macro option, which is the little flower. I back away from my projects and then zoom in, and I add exposure on the camera. Hopefully I'll be able to do a tutorial on, if I can figure out how to do a tutorial on my computer showing you how I edit my pictures, like actually do a video of it instead of just a step-by-step picture process, which would take a long time. Then I'll post that too, because yes, I do a little bit of editing in Picasso's Creative Photo Kit. Usually I just crop, add a little bit of sharpening, and then sometimes I'll add a little bit more white light, but that's pretty much how I do things. So, oh, and obviously I was at eye level with the card, but you know, that's up to you. You can go up really high if you want, go to the side, get even with it, and go straight, but you know, it's just up to you. So, I mean, obviously, I don't think everyone has a room in their house that has these white walls, so just mess around with a bunch of different settings in your house and see what you get. At least try to get some spot that gets light from multiple directions, because if you get it from one direction, then you'll always have a shadow. So that's why I used to take my cards outdoors towards the evening, because I got usually an even amount of lighting, so it wasn't too sunny, but it wasn't too dark. So you know, you could try outside. You could try taking pictures outside if you want to, but right now that doesn't work for me because it's like wet and snowy and stuff like that. So alright, I hope that helped, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks for watching, bye.